Welcome to our podcast, designed for psychologists, therapists, and counselors who want to take their business online and live a soul-nourished and profitable life without compromise. If you want to know the secrets used by practitioners just like you to navigate the global e-learning market successfully, then you're in the right place. I'm Dr. Tilean, chartered psychologist, business mentor, and your host, and welcome to the Abundant Practitioner Podcast. Today, I want to talk about the mindset needed for six-figure success in an online coaching business, right? And I talk in a way where I'm always referring to your business being soul-aligned, soul-nourishing, and also profitable. Okay, I think this is very, very important that I acknowledge these points, right? Because I don't just want you building a business that's associated with your mission, but not thinking about, okay, how can I do it in ways that actually are scalable? How can I do it in ways where I actually have the energy to nourish myself because I'm actually a better practitioner, I'm a better coach if I am looking after myself and serving from my overflow, right? And how can I do it in a way where I'm building my business where there is going to be an element of profit margin and a healthy profit margin, right? There is so much that can happen when you have a profit margin. It means that you're able to build up a business that has business reserves, right? It means that you're able to invest in training or systems or team, right? That you're able to have, right? It means that you're able to maybe have a giving strategy that you want to infuse into your business as well from that profit margin. It means that you're able to give yourself profit bonuses, right? You know, to do other things. So there's a lot that can happen as well by ensuring that you set up your business with profit margin. Okay. And what I teach our clients to do in the academy is to set their business up where their business will have a healthy profit margin. And we're looking at around about 45% and above. Right. So really building up your business in a way where it's like, actually, I am ensuring that there is a healthy profit margin. Okay. So one of those things that contributes to this massively is your mindset, is your attitude, is your identity of how you are being as you build the business. Often people can get very much caught up in the strategy and the doing, right? And I am one for strategy and doing, okay, right? It is important that you are moving forward your coaching business with soul-aligned marketing strategies that enable you to be findable, to build relationships, to boost revenue, right? But also that you are having aligned sales strategies as well that feel super soulful and aligned with what you are doing, right? In terms of what you are selling, what you are serving people with, and all of that should make sense, right? So the strategies that you utilize and that you are doing, the actions that you are taking do matter. Yeah, they massively matter, right? And it's making sure that you have something that strategically makes sense. Like there's a flow, there's a rhythm of where people go and what offers you have and how you take them into the offers and all of that thing. And we can discuss that on another session. But what I really want to talk about today is that what can really stand in the way of whether you become a business that really starts and don't go anywhere, right? Or you actually get your business off the ground and you move it to thriving and year in, year out, is the mindset and the identity and who you become on the journey of building your business. Okay. And so that's what I really want to talk about today, is about the importance of having a mindset that is in alignment with a success that you want to create. Right. And the success I'm talking about to create today is one that you have an online coaching business, which can include offline elements. Right. We're actually getting ready, very close. I think the details will probably come out next week. But we're going to be getting ready to sell tickets for our retreat, our in-person 3-day event. Right. Our clients already know about it. Kim's already got, you know what I mean? Right. So, but for those of you that are not clients, you're welcome to come to that retreat, and that's in person, right? And so, yes, okay, 99% of my work takes place online, but I absolutely love meeting people in person. And there's so much that can happen when you bring people into an actual physical room. And so whilst I talk about an online business, there is also, I don't want you to kind of think that everything has to be online, right? But it's about bringing in the online component so that you can really meet the needs of those that you're helping in a variety of different ways. Okay, people don't actually have to come to physically into an office to meet you, or into a therapy room or whatever, in order to meet you and get the help that they need, right? So this is what I'm referring to in terms of who you are becoming. The mindset that you are adopting is absolutely essential for the success that you are building, that you are creating. So many people are just looking at, actually, I want to create this, I want to create this, I want to create this, right? And I'm doing things, and maybe what they're doing sometimes isn't even aligned with what they want to create, right? I've spoken to many practitioners over the years of what's your vision? What is the vision that you want? And they share the vision, and then we look at how are they currently working, and what's the plans that they've got to step by step get to the vision. And there is no through line, like there is no connect the dots into where they want to go, right? And so it's very, very important to become very close to the vision that you want to create, and ensure that the steps that you are taking, that what you are putting in place, align with that. So for example, right, is one of, how do you set yourself up in a business where you don't become the bottleneck in the business? If you're not doing all the delivery all the time, one-to-one, back-to-back clients work, right? Where actually you set the business up where it can lead to transformations, right? There's about having a mindset of, actually, what's the best way to serve my clients? Right? Or if you want to have your business as solely one-to-one, then it's going to be a high-touch business where there's only going to be a certain number of one-to-ones, so that you can service your clients in the best possible ways that they need it, right? And so it's working out as well whether that is the right methodology for the clients, right? Sometimes people are like, what's the best type of program should I have? Should I have an 8-week course, an 11-week course, a 1-year course, a 6-month course, a one-to-one sessions, right? And it comes back to, what's the mission? Who are you here to help, and how are you here to help them? And what's going to serve them, right? So this comes with a mindset of servant leadership. What is in best practice for the clients? What is in best practice for those that I'm serving? It serves best, right, in, I think, pretty much all cases, okay, but I know that might be a sweet, broad statement, that if you are taking somebody into as something that is transforming their parenting, transforming their business, transforming their career and the way they relate to it, transforming their leadership, that is going to take more than one session. And so it's having the ability to have the mindset about selling your systems up, selling the way people invest in your services, selling all of that up in a way that makes sense for what people need, right? Our academy is a 12-month journey, because in that time frame, we are helping people become really crystal clear on their mission, right? So they can really succinct it clearly and specifically and succinctly to their audience in a way that conveys and converts, right? We are helping them start sometimes a business from absolute scratch, never having started a business before, showing them how to be business ready and client ready, right? With their client agreements, what legals they need in place. With them helping them really start being findable if they don't even have an audience, or if they have an audience, how do we refine and define their strategies in a way that make more sense, right? So that they can become findable, or that people are finding them, they're becoming magnetic to their audience. We're helping them to enroll their clients and start the journeys with their clients. All of this takes time, right? And so it's like working out what is the journey of transformation you're taking your clients on, and how much time is required for that, and having them invest into that journey for them to seriously show up, where they're even showing up through the resistance, right? When they're even showing up through the like, oh, I'm finding it a bit challenging here, because even if you don't even have a business offer, your clients will still have resistance at some part. to shift through the changes and things that they need. So that's a key mindset shift. It's not having the how do I set my business up so it's easy? What can people afford? Right? Sometimes people are like, what can people afford? What's the lowest I can go? Right? Or like, should I do one-to-one because it's just easier for them? Right? Like, is it? That then, goes into no-shows, cancellations, right? Oh, I'm actually now comparing my sessions with you to whether I want to, do something else or whatever, right? I'm undervaluing the journey of transformation that I'm going on. Yeah. And so the mindset shift into doing something per transformation, the mindset shift in terms of servicing your clients and like, what's the outcome I want to journey them with, is actually coming into that servant leadership mindset of like, what is it my clients actually need and how do I create the service to meet those needs, right? And how do I articulate that in a way that makes sense of like, actually, this is how I work with my clients, right? And because it's of best service for you to invest per transformation, I've set it up that way, right? And you can either pay in full or you can pay in a payment plan and blah, 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 right? So that's very, very important, okay? The other thing is, right, is really about recognizing that if your mission is for you, right? Like it's about really like leaning in terms of what I've been called to create, what I've been called to bring to market, right? Has been like gifted to me, right? I really believe this, right? Like each and every one of you, that what you are creating, right, it's been like planted within you. Like, yeah, the seed is within you to bring out and multiply and help, right? And really like impact the lives of others. Yeah. And so if there is a real knowing and understanding of that, right, it's about really recognizing that as I go on this journey, and I go on a journey where I'm going to learn things that I do not know. And I'm going on a journey that is going to require me to unlearn things that I've come to know that don't actually serve me anymore. And I come on a journey that is going to require investing in. And I come on a journey that is going to require me to do some work, right? And I get on a journey that is going to require me to face resistance because I'm stretching myself to different places, right? Higher places of where I've never been before. So I'm gonna naturally feel a bit like, oh, right? I'm going there on another level. Yeah. Is that by really trusting and tuning into that this vision is a gift from you, this will help you harness that resilience and really stay on track and thrive no matter the obstacles, right? That you can really, really make decisions based on what's in best service to my God-given vision, right? And it makes it easier to just tune out the noise of sometimes well-meaning people that are in your life that are like, oh, why are you doing this again? Really, you starting a business? Who are you to start a business? Can you do this? How much are you going to invest in a business? When's the business going to make this money? What's going to happen? If you are just really anchored in to understanding like what I've been gifted to create and bring forward into this world, like it's in partnership with God, with source, with higher being, whatever how you relate, right, to that, and understanding that actually this is my journey, right? The journey that has been gifted to me. I can then be more resilient. I can then be more resourceful in how I operate through this journey. I can then turn challenges into stepping stones, right? Because it's no longer about the opinions of other people that have not been gifted the journey or the vision. It becomes about the opinions of what is being said to you, and you act on that, right? And so that is the other thing as well, is like, because when you are creating something that is bigger that you haven't created before, it's about doing what you are doing today in alignment with where you are going. right? Having the systems, having the education, having the support, doing the work, right? Keeping the consistency going. Yeah, right. Like all of that matters. But often what makes that harder is the noise around you from external environments, right? And how to channel that noise out is by daily being in touch with your vision, by daily having your own mindset practices, your own spiritual practices that you really lean into, that really ensure that you are like, this is my path. This is what I got to do, right? And I'm going to follow it, right? I'm going to follow it. I'm going to stay committed to this. Yeah. And sometimes that is by having the ability to explain to loved ones and people that, you know, friends and all of those around you of like, this is my path. This is what I've been called to do. I would love your encouragement and support on this. I hope I can have your encouragement and support on this. And even if you can't, I still got to step forward. I still got to step forward. And I hope and trust that you will start stepping with me. All right. You know, so that is also very important, because otherwise, if you're operating in a way where you are listening to people that are not either been assigned your mission or your vision, or either don't have the skills or the understanding to help you drive forward, you're holding yourself back from the success that needs to be created, not just for you, but for the people that you've been called to help. So it becomes a disservice for the people that you have been called to help, right? Not just a disservice for your own like goals and desires. Yeah. So it's very, very important. The other part as well around the mindset is the abundance mindset, right? About the belief in being able to value the worth that you are bringing to the table. What are you bringing to the table to your clients, to your community? Really being behind that, right? Listing, what are all your references? You know, sometimes you might have heard me say, like when you do a doctorate, right? Like I've done a doctorate. Or when you do anything like in university, right? You submit a dissertation, a thesis, an assignment. They're going to ask you for references. Why have you said this is that and that is that, right? And you have to reference like why you're saying what you're saying. And so I would love for you to use this as a reminder to tap into what are your references of why you are skilled to do what you are doing and help people. Right? Life experiences, books you've read, conferences you've gone to, events you've gone to, degrees that you might have, a work experience that you might have, publications you might have, right? Books you might have, right? There's so many references that you will have, which have led you to decide this is the mission of what you're doing. And so it's about owning that. And then in combination, understanding what's the value of the outcome you're bringing to your clients, right? If you are helping somebody, right, really like not go through divorce, right, and save their marriage, right? How much does that save them? Not just financially, but you know, financially, it's going to save them a lot as well, right? But how much would it save them mentally, spiritually, emotionally, right? All of that. And once you have an understanding of that, you're able to really see what's the value you're bringing to the table, which are going to help you really understand, like, absolutely, I'm going to really get behind my pricing, right? It's okay to charge. Shift into a mindset of actually it's okay to be a profit generating business, right? Why is it important to be a profit generation business? Because you're building this business to build a legacy, right? For it to go on and on and on and help so many lives, right? That requires you to build a business that has healthy profit, which requires you to have cash reserve, which requires you to have, maybe there's a giving strategy that you want to have, right? So it's very important to shift into these mindsets. And yes, when you're starting your business, you're not going to necessarily start with all of this profit there because you've got to get off the ground, right? But if you're leaning into the vision of what you're creating as the end, like the result of like, this is the goal, this is where I'm taking my business. I'm taking my business here, right? And so what that requires of me is to get my business in place, right? Is to start marketing, is to learn how to put a business in place, is to put effective marketing into place, is to put effective sales into place, right? Is to have that support and ability to bring it to that level, right? You will start with what you need. And so sometimes it can be very helpful to be like, what would the version of me here tell the version of me today to do? What would the version of me 10 years from now? What would the version of me a year from now tell me to do today, to think today, to operate today, to show up today, right? How would I be moving today if I knew everything was coming together, right? That can really help, in terms of making decisions in how you move forward, right? The other part as well is like, once you were leaning into vision and mindset and really leaning into it as a truth, this is going to help you make decisions like investing in mentorship, like investing in marketing, right? So many practitioners get super scared of investing in marketing. And I say, look, McDonald's is investing in marketing, right? McDonald's, who everybody knows McDonald's, everybody worldwide, right? Burger King, KFC, they're all investing in marketing. They have a marketing budget. And you, who we're just finding out about today, right? I'm not sure I want to invest $5 a day, $10 a day, right? £5 a day, £10 a day in ensuring that my mission and what I'm about is out there. Does it match up to the vision? The vision is actually, I want people to understand this mission. But the way I'm operating is that I don't really want people to know about the mission and the vision because I don't want to invest in it, right? The vision is to operate a six-figure, multiple six-figure, seven-figure coaching business, consultancy business, right? But I've never done that before. But the today is like, oh, I'm just gonna like not really learn anything or invest in it or register the business. It doesn't match up. So who you are today has to be you jumping into who you are in the future and saying, what would you do today? How would you show up today? What decisions would you make today? Right? How are you going to speak to yourself today, show up, and all of that stuff? Okay. And this is where the consistency matters. Consistency matters. Right? And because of mindsets of like, should I be doing this? Can I do this? Will I do this? Other people's mindsets in your mind as well as your own, right? Then we've got stories and narratives that we've held on to maybe for decades from other people as well. And combined with that, the ability to stay motivated and productive and do the actual things that don't actually take long to do, right? Actually do start to take long to do them. Because it's all what you're bringing with it, the stories and the thoughts and the feelings, right? And the programming is all coming on the journey. And so to just show up every day, it becomes a real thing. And so you don't show up every day and then nobody knows about you. And then the vision is not created, right? And so it's all part and parcel of like what is required to ensure your success. I absolutely, hands down, 100% believe that the only reason I still am in business 9.5 years later in the online world, right? Where I have come from a place where I knew zero about business, guys. Okay, yeah, I'm educated up to my eyeballs in psychology, but I didn't know about business, right? I didn't have savings just stuck there to do my business, right? I didn't have anyone investing in me to do my business, right? I had to bet on me doing my business. And it wasn't just me going to learn on YouTube, right? It was about me finding myself a mentor, right? Investing in that coaching and having that support year in, year out, and still to this day, right? Where I'm elevating and educating and supporting myself to go to higher heights, which is the only way I could ever even consider being on this journey, supporting practitioners to go to higher heights as well. So really ensure, like, in terms of my vision, am I setting myself up right now with the rules to win, to make it possible for me? Okay, so that's today's topic.